Hey everybody, this is the Crazy Kirby Kid, and I've got a video here that accompanies a blog post that I'm writing on how we simplify timing in fighting games. So here's Brawl, and this is just pretty much showcasing this sort of turn-based back and forth nature that can sort of emerge out of using too many smash attacks. So as you can see, sometimes the smash attacks are shielded and it makes your shield slide back, but overall you can sort of retaliate from a smash attack, walk forward, and then get another smash attack. And if it doesn't time out perfectly, this little cycle can go back and forth. Now Marth in particular has a pretty quick smash attack that recovers decently, but Pit doesn't, so the cycle is pretty much going to end if Marth shields Pit's attacks. But as you can see here, if you just use smash attacks over and over, it really does have a very turn-based feel to the combat. It's kind of one-dimensional. And even if you throw in a few rolls, it really looks like the gameplay is sort of reduced to a my turn, your turn, my turn kind of cycle. So shielding, walking forward, getting the advantage, perfect shielding, getting the advantage, and smashing. But sometimes when both people go at the same time, your smashes will lose out. So you can see exactly what the frames look like. This is 1/4 the speed of normal gameplay. So look, the shield, slide back, shield drop, walk forward, try to get my smash attack in, and the second hit hits him. So look at this. Shield the attack, walk forward, try to get my smash attack in. He perfect shields the second hit, and then he drops the shield and forward smashes. So that's basically a close-up look at the turn-based smash gameplay. So look what happens when I use tilts against my brother. See how my tilts can also push the shield back, but since my down tilt recovers much faster, I can get more out on my turn. See that? Sometimes the up tilt gets countered, but sometimes I have enough time to defend. And if I throw in a couple of rolls, the tilts can also clash with the forward smash or any of the other ground-based attacks. So as long as I'm throwing out tilts at a specific timing, I'm pretty safe from a player that constantly uses smash attacks. So this is just a few of the advantages of using tilts. You not only get to use more attacks, but you recover quicker, and you still have some sort of defense going forward. See that? Clashing from that far away. See, and if I hit the shield and he tries to retaliate with a smash, I still have frame advantage to try to get a roll in, just like that. So you can see I can, even with my slow forward tilt, I can really work over Marth that only uses smash attacks. So check this out in slow motion, you get to see it. Roll at the same time he smashes and I get the advantage. And since I used a tilt, he's still close for the follow-up. Barely misses forward smash and land in tilt. And the tilt comes out pretty quickly and goes pretty far, so I can follow it up with more moves instead of sort of being stuck in the recovery animation frames of my smashes. Just like that. Exclusively using tilts seems to be able to beat out a pretty straightforward smash only strategy. And you can see in slow motion how Marth is still recovering when I roll from his smash attacks. And I can still have enough time to get a smash out, spot dodge his smash, and then get a down tilt before he recovers. So that's just one way you can sort of break down the timing by using attacks that are a lot quicker. So jabs are even more quick than tilts, and you can see me breaking down the timing even to a finer degree. By throwing in tilts to stop his smashes and then interrupting the spacing or the timings in between with jabs to try to interrupt whatever he thinks I'm going to do, I have a lot more options. See, I can even stop my jab instead of doing the third hit and go into a tilt because he thinks all I'm going to do is jab. It sort of interrupts his thought process. So he uses a jab right there, which is one of Marth's quickest attacks to sort of get me off of him. With enough spacing, the hitboxes can line up in very unique ways depending on which attacks you use. So it's not just about timing, but it's also about how the attacks sort of move through the space. See what he did there? Instead of attacking immediately when he landed, Marth walked a bit back away from me, avoided my attack, and then followed up with a smash attack. So you don't always have to attack on your turn. That's another way to sort of vary up the timing. Throwing pauses into your attack strings, or even just waiting slightly. Like this, I'm whittling down his shield just by pecking away at it with jabs and sort of mixing in tilts and smashes when I'm comfortable. So let's see what happens when Marth also uses jabs, or a jab-like equivalent, which is his dancing blade. So I'm using jabs to interrupt him. We're both trying to stay out of each other's ranges. You notice how much quicker the pace of the battle is. Instead of just smash, shield, we're throwing in a lot of different timings, or moving a lot better because we're not just committed to being stuck on the ground. We have options and we have variety. Right there, Marth, looking at the spacing very carefully and doing 3 smashes in a row. And killing with an up tilt, calling my air parry right there. So sometimes my rapid A attack beats out a Marth smash, sometimes it loses and sometimes it trades. So let's see everything in slow motion right now. Marth using a jab. Right here I don't recover in time for my dash attack, but luckily he doesn't attack. I spot dodge with enough time and I see his spot dodge, so I continue the jab combo, but he DIs out to the side and smashes through it. Barely dodging his air attacks. With enough spacing and timing, you can even beat out very special attacks like Marth's charge beat. Right there, put a jab out, and then rolled to avoid the smash and got frame advantage. Perfect shield the jab. Try to jab him back. He smashes. Goes back into the same kind of turn-based smash gameplay, but right there, he anticipated me retaliating quickly. He tried to jab, but I spaced it with a forward tilt. So along with timing, as far as varying up the speed and the types of attacks you use, it's still all about how the attacks move through space. So you can get a really big timing advantage just by avoiding all contact with an enemy's attack and then sort of working in your own attacks in that in-between space. So now we're going to use all of our attacks, including specials and grabs. See how my forward tilt is still clinking or clashing with his forward smash, and depending on the spacing that I'm at when I decide to use the tilt, it's really all about filling out the situation and knowing what he'll probably go for. Pivot grab right there. Did not anticipate that. Missed my opportunity right there. Stopped my glide attack early and decided to go into a down air.
The fight is on!
So with all these techniques, we can put on a lot of pressure against each other, and then sometimes just interrupting the high amounts of pressure with just pauses and waits is very effective. Again, he kills me with an up tilt because he waited and I spot dodged, and he looked at it and countered it. Pivot grab, and then he put on the pressure, so I decided to shield, and then he got another grab off. So as long as you can sort of scare your opponent into taking a defensive stance, you have a big advantage in a fighting game like Smash. If you take your turn instead of attacking by dashing through and getting a pivot grab, that's a great way to get a grab off in a situation when you scare your opponent into shielding. And right there, the timing just didn't work out for me. So even though the pace of the combat has increased significantly, you still see a little bit of back and forth, but it has a lot more variation and a lot more different techniques that we're using to make it happen. Now we can keep the momentum going for much longer than just a single smash attack that either hits or is blocked. See how earlier I used the forward smash there? Saw that he shielded that one and spot dodges, so I went for 2 down tilts. He countered. See, this is bait right there. It looks like I'm open, but I timed it just right to where if he retaliated with the most obvious attack, the forward smash, I'd have enough time to roll and up tilt him. So there's all, and right there, it looked like I was open again, but since I down tilted in the other direction, I was able to get frame advantage and hit him out of his forward smash with my forward smash. See how tight the timing is? And right there, it looked like he was open, but he activated the counter, which works in all directions. He's gonna do it again. Even if I use my fastest attack, just depending on how the timing works out, I could be walking straight into a trap. Right here, I'm in trouble because he's going to use a grab and I jabbed in the wrong direction. So I have to use my Wings of Icarus, which has invincibility on the first frame to escape and push Marth off the edge. So there's all kinds of traps that you can get yourself in. But if you know the timing of the situation, you can know which move to use to get out safely. And look how close this timing is. So sometimes my rapid A attack interrupts their moves, and sometimes their moves go right through it. It all depends on the timing of the individual hits. Sometimes their moves stop my attack, but their recovery animation keeps going, and I can take advantage of that as well. So you really have to have a sharp eye when you're playing. So you notice that if you use moves that are quicker like tilts, even if you have a back and forth sort of turn-based style interaction, it's much faster and it has much more variation than when you just use smashes. Thanks for watching.